Don't tell me that your heaven is under the earth. I know you don't know what right is really what. It's not all that glitters is gold. Half these stories have never been told, and now we've seen the light. Hey, stand up for your right. Africans, get up, stand up. Aha! Stand up for your right. Get up, stand up. Don't give up that fight. You get up, you stand up. Stand up for your right. Get up, stand up. I said, don't give up the fight. You see, most people think that great God will come from the sky, take away everything, and make everybody feel right. And if you know what right is what, you would look for yours right here. And now we've seen your light. We go stand up for our right. Africans, get up, stand up. Did you hear? Stand up for your right. Hey, get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Nigerians, get up, stand up. Hey, stand up for your right. Hausa people, get up, stand up. I say, don't give up the fight. You see, most people think great God will come from the sky and take away everything, make everybody feel high. Once again, take away religion, make everybody feel high. Take away tribalism, make everybody open eyes. Hey, Rastafari, good afternoon from Houston, Texas, United States of America. This is Smart Mado Ajaja, the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite, and the anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN, and the Nightingale Radio International. It is 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time here in Houston, Texas. Yes, 5:30 p.m. is, what time? 11:30 p.m. in Nigeria right now. All right. How are you doing? I hope you're having a great weekend. Thank you for all those who joined us in the celebration of Brother Peter McIntosh yesterday. It was huge. It was great. We had fun. Yes, all the way. Peter McIntosh, Peter the revolutionary, Peter the activist, Peter the social crusader, Peter the Rastaman, Peter the philosopher, Rastafari, Peter the champion of the legalize it movement. And just as he prophesied, it came to pass. Thank you. Babu, great to hear from you. Thank you. I'm doing very well. All right. So if Facebook, YouTube, here we are again, talking about something very, very important to the whole world. Yes. So join us and share this message. Like, subscribe if this is your very first time. So let me take a few seconds to welcome all first-time visitors to ONN on Facebook and YouTube. And we're going to be joining TikTok later. Thank you very much for being part of us. Thank you for seeing sense in taking your precious time off to spend this evening with us. We thank all of our returning subscribers and members. We appreciate your super thanks. We appreciate your words of encouragement. We appreciate you sharing our messages. We love you, and we'll continue to love you. And the reason we can't stop loving you is because you are the reason we are here. If at the time we started, we did not have the type of patronage that we are now enjoying, it would have been most difficult. You know how difficult many channels start and then they drop away. But we are here, growing stronger by the day. Every second, we are growing. Every broadcast we make, we are like better than the one before it. So you are inspiring us, the confidence, yes, with everything that you do, including those who disagree with us, those who come here, to add their variant opinion to what we think is ours, and then it makes it more beautiful. So thank you very much. Thank you, America, for giving me this platform, to express myself. Yeah. Thank you. I love you guys. And let's jump in and start talking right now. Why we are here today? Why we are here? Something very important. The second biggest economy in Europe, France, is collapsing. It's collapsing politically and it's collapsing economically. Now, we are going to be examining the reason for the collapse of France. The immediate past prime minister has just been given away, has just stepped down. Yeah, first out, vote of no confidence on him. Yes, and then the one that has just been appointed was the fourth in a row within 12 months. Something is not right with France. Yeah, France is sick. Very, very sick. Very, very sick. France is sick. Politically, France is sick economically. And France is sick in a lot of ways. So we're going to be examining the genesis of the failure of France and why France is teetering again for a second French Revolution. All right, remember there was a French Revolution. So I'm going to run you down memory lane so you have a clear understanding of where we are with this stream. All right, France's modern identity is the result of a long history marked by the establishment of a centralized state, French Revolution, the rise and fall of empire, two world wars, and the complex process of decolonization. Yes, from ancient Gaul to absolute monarchy, Celtic and Roman influences. The region that is now modern France was originally inhabited by Celtic tribes known as the Gauls. The area was conquered by the Roman Empire in the 1st century BCE, which introduced a Gallo-Roman culture, language, and legal system. All right, I hope you're following, because we always take our listeners to memory lane so that they'll be able to understand the genesis of what happens in any situation, and then be able to flow with us in every discussion we bring about. Yes, the Frankish kingdom. The Frankish kingdom, after the fall of the Roman Empire, Germanic Franks took control of Gaul. In 481 CSE, Clovis I united the Frankish tribes, establishing a kingdom that would lay the foundation for modern France. Are you with me? Are you with me? All right. Now, hey, Zip Ade, thank you very much for joining. And please share this message. We want to see more people. We want to see more faces. We want to see Europeans. We want to see Africans. We want to see Americans. We want to hear from Scandinavians. We want to hear from South America. We want to hear from all peoples of the earth about the collapse. Yes, the political and economic collapse of France. Was it deserving? Well, we're going to go into that after giving you a rendition of what led to modern France and what France did to get to where it is right now. So stay with us. Feudalism and consolidation. Following the division of Chamarlin's empire in 843, West Francia evolved into the Kingdom of France. The Captain dynasty, beginning in 987, gradually centralized power and strengthened the monarchy. Though powerful, robust, often challenged the royal authority. Wars, France's wars and expansion. All right, the 100 Years' War, 1337 to 1453, strengthened French nationalism and solidified the monarchy's power by driving out the English. Under kings like Louis Louis XIV, the Sun King, France established an absolute monarchy and became Europe's dominant culture and military power in the 17th century. All right. Now the revolution. Revolution, empires, and republics. All right. The French Revolution in 1789. Decades of royal extravagance. Speaking to Nigeria right now. Combined with economic hardship, social inequality, and Enlightenment ideals led to the overthrow of the monarchy. Yes, that we should do in Nigeria right now. The pivotal event established a republic and produced the Declaration of Rights of Man and of the Citizen, which continues to inform the nation's values. Only inside France, but outside France, they do a direct opposite. They disrespect sovereignty. They disrespect the rights of man outside their territory. Okay, we're going to come to that. Napoleonic era. In the aftermath of the revolution, General Napoleon Bonaparte seized power in 1799 in a coup and crowned himself emperor in 1804. He conquered large part of Europe, codified French law through the Napoleonic Code, and established French hegemony before his final defeat in 1815. Yeah, remember Napoleon Bonaparte? Yes. All right, Bonaparte here. Political instability. The 19th century was marked by a cycle of monarchical restorations, revolutions, and establishment of Second French Republic and the Second Empire, highlighting deep-seated political divisions. All right, Little France, yes, have had all these troubles. 20th century, conflict and change. World War I and II, France endured massive casualties and economic devastation during the World War I. In World War II, it was swiftly defeated and occupied by Nazi Germany. The post-liberation era was defined by the establishment of the Fourth Republic and the subsequent reconstruction of the country. Are you following the people of the world? We have to put this history in our heads. Okay, it's very, very important for us to understand what is taking place right now in France. Okay? All right. Decolonization and the Fifth Republic. A series of costly and politically damaging colonial wars, particularly in Indochina and Algeria, led to the collapse of the Fourth Republic. In 1958, Charles de Gaulle established the Fifth Republic, which gave the president significantly more power and has remained France's governing system ever since. Most of France's colonies gained independence in the 1960s. That is where Africa came in. All right? But we're going to talk about all this right after we finish talking about the history of France, the cycle of changes, revolutions here and there, wars, including down to the First and Second World War. Post-war economic boom. All right, when they got involved with Africa. Let's see. From the mid-1950s to the mid-1970s, France experienced a period of high economic growth known as the 30 Glorieuses. Okay, 30 glorious years. During this time, French lifestyle modernized and a robust social security system expanded. Modern France. European integration. France was a founding member of the organization that would become European Union and continues to play a central role in shaping European policy. Economic and social changes. In recent decades, France has faced economic challenges such as higher than average unemployment rates, as well as social tensions related to immigration and integration. These issues have contributed to the recent political instability, such as the 2024 snap election. cultural influence. Despite the challenges, France remains a major global power, and a world center of art, science, fashion, cuisines. It has successfully blended its rich historical heritage with a diverse modern society. That is the end of that story about French's evolvement to where, or evolution to where it is right now. But the country is in chaos. Now, of all this rendition that I read, one critical part of it was deliberately, you know how they do it. They deliberately censor that. But from what has taken place, the reason for the collapse of the French economics and politics is the result of what happened, the changes that are taking place in Africa right now. France has been the biggest parasites. Yes, the biggest parasites of Africa. The biggest thief, corporate thief. The biggest abuser of Africa and the African people. The biggest exploiter who took everything. I mean, everything from its 14 colonies. You can't eat your cake and have it. Yes, when they came to Africa, they murdered so many Africans. They looted everything that they laid their hands on. And when they said that they gave those people independence, the 14 colonies were forced to put their money in France's bank, central bank. They will go and borrow their own money on high interest rates, payable to France. Yes, and they had no right to raise questions to ask France any question. You ask, you're the head of state of that place, you're gone. All right? So, you know what? In a summary, what is happening to France right now is a consequence of the evil it perpetrated in Africa. Yes, blood of millions of Africans. The exploitation of the whole of African continent. You stole so much from Africa and the African people to build your own institutions, build your school systems, build research institutions, develop your science and technology. Yes. But your victims in Africa living and are still living in abject poverty. Abject poverty. You come like Emmanuel Macron, not once, not twice, not 3 times. He stood on the global stage to insult the African people, disrespect them, tell them that it is because of France, the exploiters of the African people, that are responsible for the security that they manage. Whereas France, through its leaders, let me make one thing clear. I have no problem with the French people. I have a serious problem with the French leadership. Since they came from wherever they came to colonize the African continent with their larger imperial Europe that descended on Africa following their evil Berlin Conference in 1884 and 1885. Yes, out of which they balkanized a place, a people that they didn't know anything about. Yes, they came with deception. They were clutching their hands with the Holy Bible. And this was after 400 years of transporting the people. Yes, people as slaves for 400 years. European transatlantic slavery. Yes, 400 years. 400 years. 400 years, Bob Marley. Yes, for 400 years. So when they were satisfied, they saw more value. They saw more value in coming to the African continent to enslave the people and own their lands, own their mineral and natural resources. Yes, and made us believe that they were doing us a favor. They fractured us. They fractured us. They made us start behaving like we are idiots. They stole our minds. After the Arabs did theirs for 700 years, Africa became a plantation. Yes, right from after 1885, when they set out and they established their various spheres of influence. Yes, that led to different colonies. Yes, France got a major share of Africa. 14 colonies. Yes, the largest. Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, that has never known peace since 1961. The biggest in land mass is bigger than the whole of Europe. Yes, France got it. Yes, they got Ivory Coast. They got Burkina Faso. They got Niger. They got Chad. Yes, you want me to continue to name? They got Rwanda. They got Burundi. They got everywhere. All right? The British had their own. German had their little. Portugal had some. Yes. And that's how. Nice people. So that's why when these people come and be telling me about human rights, how are you telling me about the human rights that you did not give to me? How are you telling me about the human rights that you never gave to my ancestors? You created our people, transported them across the Atlantic. Millions of them died, and you tossed them into the sea for the sharks to eat. And you think there will be no judgment. What is happening to France is judgment. And it's going to come on all those countries with their leaders participated in what led Africa to where it is right now. When the African people, regardless of how much that they have in their continent, cannot control their resources. Yes, that is what is happening. Now, let's talk a little bit of economics. France has been taken and taken and taken from the colonial era to the time they said, okay, independence. When they said independence, France never left. They still maintain the military, they call it military cooperation. What the hell, if I am sovereign, why do I need your military presence? Who is attacking me? Who are you protecting? No, they left their military presence for the sake of holding on to the mineral resources, natural resources, and the political and economic control of those colonies. In the recent, France never left. They never left. The other ones pretended that they left, at least they left physically. All right? But France never left. They never left. They were still able to continue their trade, their slave trade inside Africa, the exploitation of Africa and the African people inside their continent. They never left. Did they change anything? The reserve banks of all those countries still, they're still banking with the French reserve banks. All right? France still dictates who becomes leaders in those countries. And when you become obstinate, they will knock you out. They did that to Samora Machel, to Thomas Sankara. Yes, and a countless number of them. They did it in tandem with Belgium to ask Patrice Lumumba. They did it everywhere and at will. You don't raise a finger. And then they perpetuated evil through the leadership of Africa. Yes, through Africans. In Gabon, Omar Bongo, the Bongo family were there for as long as they wanted. until the recent one. We are not even sure if they didn't have any hands in that. Yes. Yes. In Cameroon, since independence, only 2 heads of states. Yes. Amadou Ahidjo, who died in 1982, the year I left high school. And then since 1982, it has been nearly how many years now? Over 40-something years. Paul Biya. Paul Biya is 94 years old. Paul Biya is running to be president of France. 94-year-old man who doesn't even know where he is. He pees on himself. Yes, he will ask, where are we? He doesn't. As long as it is suited or it suits France's economic interest, there's no problem. That is what they did, they are doing all over Africa. Yes. See, the main reason of the economic collapse of France is because they were kicked out from Burkina Faso, kicked out from Niger, kicked out from Mali, kicked out from Chad. You know, Niger supplied 100% of France's domestic consumption of uranium to power its electricity. So once those people kicked them out and decided to take charge of their destiny, it was only a matter of time. And that is what we are seeing today. So, you know, in the rendition I read today, they are not going to accept that. That it's what, that they being kicked out of Africa is responsible for the collapse of France. And you know, this collapse, they're going to kick more out. Imperial Europe is in trouble. Yes. Imperial Europe is in trouble. They did not treat Africans nice. They robbed us day and night. They exploited us of our stuff, things that we own. They brought their military bases to intimidate and blackmail us. Yes. Hey, Zip, how are you? Thank you. Nice seeing you here. Yes. So this is the reason. Economics controls politics. When the economy goes down, politics is troubled. I don't see an end in sight to what is happening to France. Nobody is going to be able to remedy it. But is France, is it willing to come down from its white horse to treat this source, what has sustained their economies? You know, France stole 500 billion US dollars from Africa since the past nearly 60 years, every year. So now they cut it off. They are not used to what is happening to them now. So that is why you see them on the street, irate. Yeah, they are tasting what they created, the turmoil that they created in Africa. When 1.5 billion people in Africa, 90% of them live below poverty line. Yes, I feel so sad for the poor children. Yes, and innocent and defenseless women there who are suffering right now and who are going to suffer more for what France created, the monsters. They brought Boko Haram into the Sahel to divert the people's attention, give them multiple wars, bring their troops, pretending that they are helping us fight terrorism while expanding the trade. Yes. Yes. Hey, Edward Nduka, how are you? Thank you very much. From Lagos State, Nigeria. May the good Lord give you what it takes to continue with your good work. In the name of Jesus. Amen. Thank you. God bless you too. Yes. Thank you for joining us. Please share this with the fellow Nigerians, because a lot of Nigerians don't know what is happening. All they see is Fulanis shoot AK-47. They are not asking, where is this AK-47? Where do they come from? We are not manufacturing AK-47 in Nigeria. But you see them, the guns are booming out. There is somewhere, there are places, some people are responsible for bringing the AK-47 in Nigeria. And the more painful is the one that they put a religion in the color of the bullet, make it look like it is Islam. When they are shooting their fellow Nigerians, they are killing for Allah. They don't know that Allah has nothing to do with it. France is responsible. Imperial Europe is responsible for what is happening. And this is why we must wake up, open our eyes, and recognize who the true enemies are. If General Tiani did not overthrow Mohamedou Bazoum, we will never have known the extent of involvement of France in the Boko Haram terrorism. They were working with Muhammadu Buhari. Muhammadu Buhari and Bazoum, they were both Fulanis, all right? And that was why Buhari was building a house in Niger, hoping that when he finished his ugly business in Nigeria, he will relocate to Niger. Let him go now. Did he live to go there? No, he did not. Okay, this is where the Almighty God power comes in. All they did, you see, generations. You can't hold the people down. You can't hold the people down for too long. France held Africa, half of Africa down for too long. And they did not think about consequences. They did not think about a day like this. Yes, they did not. They did not. All the evil that they have been committing in Africa is going to come. A generation is going to come and wake up and say, no, you can't continue this. And that was what Tiani did. That was what Azimi did. And that was what Burkina Faso's great guy, African, Ibrahim Traore did. They stood up. They stood up for Africa. They stood up for their countries. They stood up for their people, unlike what the idiot in Nigeria is doing. Yes, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I hope he's back from France. No holiday for you. Because as we speak right now, the French people are demanding the resignation of Emmanuel Macron. They don't want him as their president because he opened the eyes. We thank him. Anyway, we thank him. Emmanuel Macron, thank you for opening our eyes. Thank you for fast-tracking the opening of our eyes. If you are an African now, open your eyes the more. If there is any puppet in your country, it's time to push them out. Put those who can speak for you. See, leadership is about abilities. Yes. Competency. Yes. What are you talking? Courage to do right thing. Courage to look at your people and say, yes, I am your representative and I'm going to do what you want me to do. Not you breathing down on them. That was what France and Imperial Europe, the larger Imperial Europe, that's what they have been doing in Africa. They will empower criminals to breathe down on all of us. We are saying no. We are saying no. Nigeria is shaking. Yes, the fall of the evil in Nigeria will change the dynamics of what is to take place in Africa. The African revolution is right here with us. We thought, we were thinking that it was going to be a little later. Now we are realizing how close we are to it. It's rumbling and it's going to happen. It's rumbling and it's going to happen. It's rumbling, it's going to happen. A tsunami is going to take place in Nigeria that will settle the roadmap to the liberation of Africa. So we will go back and actualize the vision of our founding fathers who wanted a United States of Africa. One country, because they realized, they saw what is happening today. 80 years ago, they said, no, we got to come together. Kwame Nkrumah was telling them, let us fast track this. Held so many meetings. I don't know what happened. I guess some of them were not confident enough to face their colonial masters. They were trying to, I don't know what it was with them. Yes, Nkrumah saw it. Emperor Haile Selassie saw it. Yes, Abdel Nasser. All of them saw it. Let's do it. Otherwise, we won't be where we are. Do you know what it takes to have one United States of Africa with one political leadership? Yes, an Africa without borders. We wouldn't be losing the lives of fellow Africans that we are losing in South Africa because of the ignorance of a young South Africans. If at the time of independence, Africa was opened up, you go to Zimbabwe, do business there, return to Lagos. If you want to stay, you stay. If you don't want to stay, you go back to where you feel comfortable. You go to Kenya, Nairobi. Okay, there will be train ride there. Maybe a couple of days. You know how many days? Yes. If they had allowed that to happen. Free movement of people, goods, and services. We won't be here. It happened in Europe. When you go to Europe, when you go to England, you can go to France on arrival at Heathrow. You can decide that you are going to France that night. You will go. No encumbrances. It will take you one train ride. Yes, to go to France, to go to Germany, to go to Austria. Yes, one train ride. One, or maybe two. But nobody is going to be asking you for visa. Nobody is going to be checking your passport because you are an EU citizen or you are traveling within the EU. Nobody, no bagger, just ride. They make things easy for themselves. They help make Africa a hell. So that as we are struggling with all these protocols, they are stealing, they are taking, they are sucking, they are exploiting us. They set up wars. Look at what is taking place between Rwanda and Democratic Republic of Congo. Brothers and sisters, they set it up. But because the people, Africans, cannot see, they are the reason we hate ourselves. They play the difference that we should not emphasize. They play it up. They make it big. Very soon, they will give us arms. They sell us bazookas. They sell us aircraft, dangerous aircraft, with which we'll be bombing our cities and killing ourselves. And we are declaring victory. Victory for who? Your economy is going down. The economy is growing. Every bullet you fire grows the economy. Every AK-47 you purchase grows their economy. Yes. And when they finish, they say, okay, they are the one who will come and make peace. Yes, some of you will travel to London, some will travel here to come and sign peace treaty for a trouble in Africa that you could solve with the African minds, with African people at no cost to you. Yes, did you see Democratic Republic of Congo and the Rwandan government, their representative, they came here to Washington, D.C. to sign peace treaty. And then Congo signed away its mineral resources. Is that not a shameful thing? I would say we have African Union, we have the SADC, South African Development, or whatever they call it there. Yes, similar to ECOWAS. They couldn't solve that problem. They couldn't sit these two people down and say, brother, we are Africans. We can solve this. How many times have you seen feuding European countries bring their trouble to Africa to solve? How many? How are we going to grow? Yes, and this is what we must, what is taking place in France must teach us. Yes, so we must take advantage of this moment to save Africa. Yes, France is reaping the benefits of its wickedness in Africa, just the same way the other European countries did to Africa. So they are collapsing because that pipeline that was taking uranium and other things to France dried up. And the owners are now selling them, whether they are commodities, to places where they can be paid. So they can build schools, they can build hospitals, they can provide water for their people, they can build roads, they can build research institutions, the same way they have them in Europe and America Africa deserves better. We are not animals that they think that we are. It is time. So this is a moment. This is a generation of consciousness. If you are an African here today who still can't think about you and then wake up and work to develop your countries and Africa, then you are a cursed person. Yes, you are cursed. Yes. We want to meet the world as equals. You see where we are, little France, little Britain, they are permanent members of the United Nations Security Council. Show me one African that is there. What is this population of France? I can Google it right now and tell you how many people are in France. Let me see. Population of France. Current population of France. Population of France. All right. As it stands today, the current population of France is 68.4 million people. 68.4 million people. 68.4 million people. All right? Now, what is the population of the whole of Africa? 1.5 billion people. 1.5 billion people. Okay, what is the population of Nigeria? We can't count in Nigeria. But if you tell me to give a wild guess, I will tell you that the population of Nigeria is well over 300 million. But they keep telling us 220 million. Who counted it? Because we cannot count. All right? We cannot count. So now, this population is 68 million. And then this 68 million, less than 1% of this 68 million control the whole of Africa. Anywhere France goes to, with this little population, with ours that is overwhelming, they control us. They tell us, you know what it means? It means capacity. So you mean your numerical strength is useless if it is incapacitated. Yes, your numerical strength is useless if you have no capacity. Say it again. If you're like 1 billion people, like Africa is 1 billion people, African population is useless because the population in that 1.5 billion is useless because they have no capacity. The one who is not well educated enough or educated does not have something to do is a useless population. The same way the Nigerian population is useless, very useless, because majority of the people have nothing to do. But you see Israel is about 10 million people. All right, Israel can tackle France. All right, Israel can wipe out the whole of Africa in a matter of 3 days. Yes, because of how capacitated their population is. We are here in Nigeria. We are in Africa. Then whenever they come, a white man who is a street sweeper, we go to Nigeria and we walk straight into the boardroom of Asoro because of the color of his skin. But a black man, overqualified, we come to them, they will look at you, oh, you are not, no. All right? So we need to emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. Have no fear for atomic energy, cause none of that can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets while we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing this song of freedom? Yet all I ever have, redemption song. Yes, you hear that? Capacity. Capacity is what does it. Now, when you go deeper inside Nigeria, let's take it back home a little bit. You know the population of the Hausa people in Nigeria? You know the population of the Hausa people? But they said, I was reading, I know many things are wrong in Nigeria, but you cannot still overrule the fact that the Hausa people has a commanding majority in the north of Nigeria. Do you know that as we speak, regardless of their population, no Hausa man is a state governor, no Hausa man is a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? Do you know that? And perhaps no Hausa man is in the House of Representatives. Yes. Why is that? Capacity. The Hausa people do not have capacity. Their capacity was taken away from those who lied to them that they are brothers in religion. All right? And that everything that happens to them is by the design of God, Allah. All right? And they accepted that. What do you see in Nigeria? Millions of poor, young, innocent, and defenseless Hausa children, as young as 6 years old, they are in the streets of Kano. They are in the streets of Sokoto. They are in the streets of Katsina. They are in the streets of Kaduna. They are in the streets of Zaria. They are in the streets of Kebbi, Zamfara, and everywhere. What are they doing? Begging for alms. From morning to night. They beg for them and then go back and deposit and give to the Malam, who sits them down and mislead them about their lives, about their future, telling them that God is responsible for the status that they are in, instead of sending them to school. We have state governors in those states who are Fulani elites. They refuse to educate those Hausa children deliberately, yes, on purpose. They have emirs, all Fulani emirs in the north of Nigeria, over massive majority Hausa population. And just using this to analyze, tell you the importance of capacity. They take capacity from them. If you are incapacitated, you did not go to school, how will you become a senator? How will you become an engineer? Yes, you can't be anything but a dread. So that is the capacity. They took capacity from Africans. Yes, European forces. And then when they were leaving, they left power in the hands of criminal rogue Africans, like the ones in charge of Nigeria at all levels, stealing everything that they can steal. Yes, leaving the people incapacitated. Okay, Chuka, Ozzy, let me read your message. My friend, firstly, Africa must free themselves of unhealthy religious attachments. Let them learn how the person or people who gives you your religion is your master. Create your own religion. Absolutely, I'm very much in sync with your opinion. Yes, and that is what I've been preaching all these years. I was actually in a serious argument with a young man. I posted something on a Facebook page that we call We Are Africa. I don't know if you are on that page. So the young man responded. What I posted was that the Arabs enslaved Africans for 700 years. And during those 700 years, all the male slaves were castrated. So they had their testicles removed. All right? Then after that, the Europeans came. Yes, they They took Africans as slaves for 400 years. 400 years. And that these two groups, when they were living, or they deposited their religion on us. Now, you see brothers and sisters from Africa advancing a cause for European nationalism through Christianity. And then our other brothers and sisters on the other side of the aisle, they want to be more Arabs than the Arabs themselves. Any religion that tells you to pray in a language that is not yours, I question it. So you have to do it their own way. Now, what does that make you be? You are a copycat. And a copycat can never be an original card. So this young man took offense. Okay, another one I did was to ask them, why do we have an Arabic inscription? In fact, that is something that is trending in Nigeria right now. An Arabic inscription on the logo of the Nigerian army. We are not Arabs. So this guy got angry. He was insulting me, calling me all kinds of names. See, how can you tell that ignorant person? How are you going to sit him down to make him look like, okay, man, guy, you are an African. What happened to your history? Why are you not questioning? Christianity does a little good. It gives people the room to question. I questioned before I made up my mind that I'm not going to be wasting my time every Sunday to go and waste my time out there. I know God, the Almighty God lives with me. So I don't have to be in any church to go and be talking about God. God is always with me. And God is not a God of injustice. He does not support evil. Yes, but the God that these people talk about, I don't know. I don't want to say much, So you are right, my brother. It is a big problem. But we have to start. It has to be through leadership, an exemplary leadership. You see, the problem with the African leadership is that they don't speak the truth. They are so disconnected from their people. They cannot speak to them like perhaps Ibrahim Traore is doing right now. He mingles with the people. He sees them. They are in him and he is in them. And when you have a leadership like that, a lot of exchanges will take place. And before you know it, transformation will begin to take place. We need transformational leaders in Africa. Yes, and that will take advantage of the moment, because the world is rumbling. What is happening in France is going to happen in many more countries, especially in Imperial Europe. A lot more is coming to happen in that place. I'm telling you this. This is a moment for the African people to do what they must do to set themselves free. Yes, freedom from this religious bigotry. Yes, tribalism, regional nationalism. It has not taken us anywhere and is guaranteed to take us nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. So guys, those who are joining us, we've been talking about the meltdown, the political and economic meltdown of France. Yes, yesterday the French Prime Minister was given a vote of no confidence. So he submitted his resignation. Someone else has just been appointed, but I'm telling you, the people are not satisfied. They are calling on Macron to leave, get out of the stage. Macron must go. That is what is renting the air right now. And Macron deserves to really go. But I don't care if they keep him or not. That's not, because that guy was a pain in the ass as far as African matters are concerned. He has disrespected us so much. But one good thing, let me thank him for opening the eyes of some revolutionaries in some countries, in their armed forces, who took advantage of his foolishness to come and strike and take power. And I hope, one can only hope that they remain steadfast in delivering the job. Because for me, this thing they call democracy, looking at Nigeria, I don't care about it anymore. I'm not interested in it. I would prefer a benevolent dictator who is patriotic and who is sensitive and sensible and responsive to the needs and aspirations of the people, who can create a system that will continue to evolve. Not anything that is permanently attached to himself. Detach yourself. Let the institutions work for Nigeria. It doesn't matter who is there. As long as everything is working, that is the best thing. We don't have to. We don't have to. We don't have to do everything Europeans are doing. They are failing. We cannot master it because it's not ours. It's not ours. We have to evolve our own system. We should end the copycat syndrome. Let us sit down and talk to one another. Let us sit down and say, look, you are African, I'm African. We are brothers and sisters. How is it that we cannot? Looking at what has happened over the years, over centuries, okay, a people who went through slavery, colonialism, apartheid, yes, apartheid, imperialism, now globalization. I would think that a generation will come out of it and say, look, we have to do something now. So from where we are right now, it is clear that our founding fathers, the likes of Kwame Nkrumah, Emperor Haile Selassie, Sekou Toure, Modibo Keita, I think they were smarter than this generation that we are in right now, because they saw this trouble and made an attempt to unite so that the generations after them will not suffer. But what did they get? They were all ousted. Yes, using who? Using people like me and you, to do the hatchet work. Now, General Kotoka did it in Ghana, all right? What in Congo was this one? Mobutu Sese Seko. Where is he now? Yes, where are all of them? Gone. And what are we doing? We are suffering. We are not making any headway. We are the same people who are now traveling on foot. In those days, they raided villages to take slaves. But now we are consecrating ourselves. We are the ones asking for it. We travel hundreds of miles across the Sahara into Libya, looking for raft boats to enter through that wild Mediterranean to get into Italy, Germany, Austria, and the rest of them, where we are kept in concentration camps and fed dog food and treated like below human beings. Yes, it is our fault. Yes. Augustine Onuchukwu, all Igbos Orthodox Church with a link to Ethiopian Church, the oldest church in the world. Rastafarians or Jamaica did it already. All right. Yeah, I'm a Rasta man, and I believe in everything Africa. So that is who we are. So we must go back to the drawing board and be who we are. Yes. If we continue to act who we are not, we will never catch up. And that is why our journey to progress, our journey to where we are, has been a journey of mirage. Yes, every man, because we are following the people, masters of their own destiny. We are not, and they are now violently mastering our destiny. They drive our destiny. We should drive our destiny in line with who we are. Yes, in line with who we are. Why are we behaving like Europeans? And why do we think that Arab nationalism will take us anywhere? Yes, these are the same people who don't give a damn about you. Yes, they care only when they come around. They want to take uranium. All right? And then the Chinese have joined them now. If you see what is happening in Zamfara, all the violence that you are seeing, is the Chinese that are benefiting from those gold that they are mining from Zamfara. All those guns, you tell me where they are coming from. All right? So it is our fault, not holding ourselves first accountable, asking ourselves questions. You have a father, or you are a father, you have children. Which direction do you want your children to go? What are you going to start? We have to start from the family. Then the type of people we elect as leaders. Yes, it's very important. But our people don't understand this. Our people sell their votes. They claim it's poverty that makes them sell their vote. You sell your vote today. In another 4 years, there's nothing coming. Then you wait for another 4 years to sell another vote. So within those period of the time you sold the last one to the next time, the time you're going to sell the next time, you have been poor. So you are telling me, I don't want to take that excuse anymore, that they are poor. So for those period of 4 years, that no politicians came to buy your vote. You were poor and you did not die. So why must you die? For only 2 days you are going to vote. Yes, you vote for the president, you vote for governor, and the members of House of National Assembly. And you're telling me it's because of your poverty. That was why you sold your vote. That's bullshit. I'm not going to accept that anymore. Yes, we are lazy, we are wicked, we are corrupt. All of us corrupt, so corrupt, so corrupt. And then we don't care about our country. We think that God is going to come down to take care of Nigeria because we do not have that culture of maintaining things to make things work. These people who oppress us, you see, they continue to, they know that maybe perhaps one day things will happen. You understand? They are very, very preemptive with maintenance. Who do we maintain? Nigeria will build one road and expect it to last 200 years. You will maintain it. And then the road is gullied. Everybody is dancing through it. Yes, and then you come back, you are a senator. Then 4 years after, you didn't do a damn thing. You are a governor. And then the same people will go back and renew the mandate of these criminals. I don't know why we think the way we are thinking. So now, the thing that they tell us that we cannot do in Nigeria, all right, in Africa, that is what is happening in France right now. Yeah, the people there are on rampage. Have you seen any soldier deployed to kill the people? No. Yes, the soldiers have no business with it. Their job is to secure the state. The job of the armed forces, is to secure the state, all right? Defend its territorial integrity against foreign aggression. But what are we doing in Nigeria? We are using the Nigerian army or the armed forces to do the job of police. Right now, since this Mugu came into power, this drug dealer, certificate forger, an identity thief, and the wife of Macron, yes, came to power. The police kind of, we don't hear much about. What do we hear about the chief of defense staff? He's everywhere. All right, Christopher Musa has taken over policing. Yes, soldiers are in charge of internal security, and you want Nigeria to move forward. Because for people who don't know what they are doing, they don't know the rules of engagement. Yes, and when they say Nigeria is a zoo, people will they'll be crying. Yes, what goes around comes around. Yeah, brother. Yes, Jack Barron, thank you very much. He said, look at what they did to Haiti. Yeah, it's France. That is their hallmark. That is what they do. Yes, that's what they do. That's what they turned Congo into. That's what they did in Haiti. They know how to hold you down in captivity. Yes, they put Haiti in a bind that they will never come out of. Look at where that black African country is. Look at what Congo is going through. Look at everywhere they went. Political turmoil there. Look at what they did to Ivory Coast. You remember what happened in Ivory Coast? Yes, they brought Alassane Ouattara, who did not win an election. And you know what? They used Goodluck Jonathan to seal their evil, right? Look at what they did to that country. Look at what they did to Burkina Faso. Yes. And yet, they think it's their right. They think it's their right to control us. They think it's their right to tell us what to do. No. This colonial legacy got to die. And we have to help it to die. Let Africans, those who are wise, those who truly love Africa, come out. Yes, we all cannot be president. We all cannot be governors. But we all can talk to our brothers and sisters, telling them about the consequences of what they are doing today and the implications on the future if we don't change our ways. That is where all of us must get involved. Yes, France deserves what it's getting. Yes, let them enjoy the benefit of what they did to African countries, what they did in Haiti. Yes. So maybe they will get another revolution. So maybe if they survive this, hopefully they will come to repentance and understand that the Almighty God created all men to be equal. Yes. Yes. It's sad. It is sad. So, brothers and sisters from Nigeria, across Africa, and around the world, it's a pleasure having you here. Please, if you have joined us for the very first time today, I would love you to please subscribe to our channel, because that is how we grow. And that is how we got to where we are. Great people like you who engage, yes, who engage. They come with the intention of engaging, even though you disagree with our opinion. But we are here, we are in it together, because we need variant opinions to arrive at a compromise that will be helpful to our people. So we value everybody, who joins us, who joined us today. We value our returning members and subscribers. Recommend, share our messages, our channel, with other friends. So YouTube and Facebook will continue to recommend us. Yes, we need that to grow, because the vision is to grow into an organic global movement. Yes, for peace through justice. Agnes Bangers, thank you very much. How are you? Nice to meet you here. Thank you very much. Yes, so what we have been talking about is the political and economic crash of France. Yes, the second largest economy in Europe. I don't know how they say it's the second largest economy, but the country is sinking in debt. Yes, over borrowing. You can't borrow to be the biggest economy. So that is the thing. So which means they are as bad with managing their economy with their the African leaders that they make us believe, though we agree that they are evil, corrupt, because they teach them all that. So France is ailing. France is sinking. Maybe they will be visiting, they will be needing visas to travel to other countries, so that they will understand what we go through when we find ourselves in their country, and they are harassing us, using the police to chase us with immigration this, immigration that. So they're gonna have to taste the fruit of the fruit of what they planted. Yeah, it's sad that the ordinary French people will suffer. Some have a lot of good friends who are from France. Yeah, but the leadership of France has been most unfair and most exploitative to Africa and the African people. So we are here. So join us as we talk, as we go ahead with this debate. If you have any question, you have any opinion to share, please share it so we can talk about it in an interactive format, just as we have been doing. We appreciate each and every one of you. Yes, the situation in France is scary. Yes, because if France goes down, yes, the whole of Europe will go down. Yes, because they are seriously interconnected. You remember what happened to Greece? Yes, some 15 years ago. It's about what is happening in France right now. Yes, yes. Everything, see, the country is in turmoil. They have been burning down buildings and destroying things. Yes, the way our people do not allow us to. Okay, so that is where we are. France has been responsible. Yes, has been remotely and somehow directly responsible for what happened to Africa. Why Africa's 1.5 billion people are incapacitated. Yes, they loot from Africa to build their own economy, their Babylon economy. So that's just what it is right now. Yes, so if you are an African in France, start preparing to return home. Yes, because that place, the way it is going to sink. I don't see an end with the way the fury that the people are exhibiting in France right now. They want Macron gone. Yes, so things are not the way they used to be in France. Yes, things are not the way they used to be in France. So hopefully, maybe, perhaps, if they survive this, maybe The next, France. You know, France has gone through a lot of metamorphoses, more than 10 of it. Yes, from what I did in the earlier rendition, France has gone through a lot of metamorphoses. It goes up and down. Yes, so they are sinking again, as usual. Something is not right. So France has to, first of all, atone for its sins against our ancestors and against the African continent. What they did in Africa was heinous. Yes, they don't like to hear it, you know, and perhaps they don't want us to talk about it. But unfortunately, they cannot gag all of us. We got to say it. So will they repent? I don't see that happening. Give them another opportunity. They will do the same thing that they are used to, because they have been carried away that this skin color is a passport for them to do whatever they want unchallenged. Africa, unite. Africa, unite. Africa, awake. Go and rebuild. Now is the time. Build your systems in line with who you are. Africa needs its financial system. Africa needs its own military. Build your own military. Use your own equipment. Yes, you don't have to be importing from outside. When you import, you destroy your economy. Yes, import only what makes sense. Things that will improve quality of life. But don't go importing nuclear armament or any armament of that kind. It does not do you any good. Go, we are creative. We don't have to do everything Imperial Europe is doing. We don't have to do things the way China is doing. We have to do things like we are Africans. Look at your environment. Our greatest challenge has always been that we do not question our environment. The Almighty God put us in an environment that we should explore. We are not exploring our environment for the good of our people. Yes. So what is the need? Bringing a foreign investor to come and discover mineral oil in your place. Something is not right. So, and we have a moment to correct ourselves. I don't understand why an African company cannot build a refinery. Why we have to go to France? We have to go to Russia. We have to go to the United States. We have to go to UK to bring those who build our refineries. So why do we have all these schools of engineering all over the place and we cannot do anything? Hey, Monday Oko, how are you? Thank you very much, man. I love you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, so we need to go now, examine very critically our educational curriculum. Let us invest in what can transform nations or our nation. Let us invest, let us design educational curriculum around things that we can do, that can translate into something tangible that will be of benefit to us. Yes, that is how they got to where they are. All right, if we were educated wrongly. Wrong education, the wrong education we received is responsible for where we are. But it's not late. We can change it. It's not late. This generation can be a different generation. So that is why I am on your back. Yes, let us do something right. Let us remove ourselves from this petty corruption. We are too corrupt. I don't understand why. We are too corrupt. Now, you see what happened in Nepal, Nigerians, Africans. Yes. You saw what happened in Nepal. Let me see if I can play this. Oh my God. Yeah, what happened in Nepal. Look at what that young child, for real. Yes, what he did, the speech he made in Nepal, talking about corruption and talking about, with confidence and patriotism, how much they own the country, and then how they gather. They set religion aside. Yes, they set their tribes aside. They recognized their real enemies. They came, they went after them and did justice for their country. Today, Nepal has a new prime minister, an acting prime minister, who will put things in place to reorganize the country. Yes, in 2008, the Nepalese people saw that the monarchy was becoming expensive and irresponsible. What did they do? They gathered again like they gathered today. That they did not want any monarchy anymore. They wanted to decentralize their system, to build a federal republic. And they had it. But what are we doing in Nigeria? Are you aware? As a Nigerian, Nigerians who are listening to me, there is a bill right now at the National Assembly. A bill, a useless bill for that matter, a needless bill for that matter, that Bola Ahmed Tinubu introduced through one Senator Bako to make the fake Sultan in Sokoto, who is not even a traditional ruler. He's not a traditional ruler. To make him and the Oni of Ife permanent, they are trying to pass it into law, permanent co-chairman of the traditional council of traditional rulers in Nigeria. Permanent. You know what that means? When the world is moving, who cares about a corrupt institution? So now they are taking us back. So what use is that democracy in Nigeria? And the people of Nigeria are not seeing this, the dangers associated, especially with a fake Sultan, who is one of those behind the terrorism in Nigeria. You want to hear that? Yes. Wake up. That's why my biggest pain is that Nigerians, especially the younger generation, have not been able to come together to divorce themselves from the generation that is destroying their country. They still support them. We need to unite now. If we don't unite, we cannot do what the Nepalese did. If we don't unite, we cannot do what our next door neighbor did, Niger. If we can't unite, we can't do what the Senegalese did. When they brought a young man who was in jail, they brought him out, and today is their president. And all of us were waving flags. Nigerians love to wave flags when other people win. You got to fight for your country. Nobody is going to fight for Nigeria but you and me. Do your part. Do your part wherever you stand. Convince people, talk to them. We can't continue like this. You graduated from the university 5 years ago, some even as long as 12 years ago. You have no job. You still live under your parents. That should bother you. That should bother you. That should bother you. And that should inspire you into action. Don't give me any excuse that government did this. You, who is the government? If you come together, you can move any government. The Nepalese did it. Yes. The people in Bangladesh did it some few years ago. Why not Nigeria? And why not now? Question. Nigeria is the greatest obstacle to the liberation and unification of Africa. You know that, you and I know it. Why? Not because Nigerians don't want to unite or want to be at the forefront. Because Nigerians have a way of electing criminals as their leaders. The criminals you have in power, they are not Pan-Africanists. They don't even care. They don't even know anything. Some of them, if you ask them what is the definition, maybe all of them, if you ask them what is the definition of government, they will not know. But we put them there. And it hurts me. You see, intellectuals, professors, like Professor Wole Soyinka, making a case for a drug dealer to be president. I'm happy he's still around. I thought he has packed his load, he wanted to go. But the Almighty God is going to keep him long enough to see what he contributed, to bringing about in Nigeria. It's time. Young people in Nigeria, young Africans, young people everywhere, there is oppression, there is oppression. We must wake up. We must wake up. We must wake up. Time is of essence. The moment is now. Yes, we don't care how anybody feels, but we have to speak the truth, because it's only the truth that will set us free. France has just been exposed that Africa is actually what makes Europe what it is. It has been proven once again. African resources, when we withdraw it, Europe will crash. And that is exactly what is happening to France. France is crashing, and it's crashing irredeemably. Yes. Where are they turning to? They turn to Russia. Russia is not their friend. Where are they turning to? Will Europe be ready to pay their bills? That is yet to be seen. Yes. They say France is the second biggest economy in Europe. If the second biggest economy crashes, what will be left of Europe? Yes. Well, I believe that there are great guys in France who want to take charge of that country and do right. Apologize for years, 10 centuries of French's abuse of Africa. Return everything that France stole years from Africa. And maybe perhaps they'll be able to warm themselves back into our hearts. And then we deal with them now as equal partners, not as slave masters. We don't want their silly investment with which they steal our resources. They want to build infrastructure, build anything, come and build it in Africa. Employ African labor. Yes, put Africans in positions of authority, in strategic management positions. That is what the world needs. We are willing to share, yeah, but we are not willing to be slave boys anymore. We are not going to live in servitude and subservience anymore. That is the message Africa is sending. Yes, so France, I hope you enjoy what you created. Yes, you created hell for us. In Nigeria, we don't have peace. Now, Fulani headsmen have taken over the whole of our country. Boko Haram is operating in the northeast. They are doing so with arms that you gave them to destabilize our country. Now you got to test a bitter pill of what you created for Africa. All right. So, brothers and sisters, friends and well wishers, we love you for coming here always. We know that you have very important things to do. You always come out to be with us, to share in our discussion. You contribute. We take your contributions very, very seriously. And we take your subscriptions very seriously. We take your membership very seriously. We thank you for all those who support us by buying super thanks and super chats. And we will continue to appreciate you because we have a big project, a huge vision. We need materials, we need means to be able to drive and expand our message. So we continue to rely on you and your patronage to make us successful in this business of being a voice of Africa and the world. We love you and take care. Bye for now. And this is Smart Mado Ajaja. Bye-bye. All right.